All right, Alex, second year doing this. I guess it went well the first year, right? The guys had to come back and do it again.
Yeah, I mean, it got great reviews. Obviously, the whole idea is to just come out here and have a bunch of fun, and then obviously support the local community. And the Grass Valley Boys and Girls Club, we were able to write a very significant check to them, and which they were very grateful for. My parents got to go over and provide it to them and get to take a tour of the facility, and they're just obviously very grateful. But that's the idea behind it, right? Come home, support the community that I grew up in, and have a lot of fun out here today.
Yeah, why is the Boys and Girls Club in particular something that you want to get back to?
Yeah, so part of the mission of my foundation is providing youth with opportunities that they might not otherwise have, the chance to partake in. So for me, it's just about the Grass Valley Boys and Girls Club. I think represents the areas that I want to give back to, at least to begin my foundation with the first couple of years that it's running. And then also it was just a part of a group that I grew up in. I was playing local sports in the community growing up, from basketball, flag football, and different things like that. And I think in my experience it gave me a lot of traits that I carry with me still to today. And I think that's just one of the main focuses that I wanted to make sure that when I came back, those were the people that I was supporting.
It's been a pretty busy summer for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. This is kind of the cherry on top, though. This is a nice cap to the summer.
Yeah, just what's this summer meant for you? Winning a championship, getting married, and now you're back home.
Yeah, it's been busy. We knew it was going to be busy before the playoff run into the championship, just from the scheduling. But obviously, putting that to start the summer is a great exclamation point. It's been a lot of fun. Obviously, me and my now wife are we're a little strung out, but this is the kind of thing, like I said, this is the cherry on top where it takes no energy to show up here and have a great time, because the cause that's being supported, and then obviously all the people that put a lot of hard work to make sure that it goes well. So I'd like to thank them, obviously, and then just capping off the summer, we got 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks till we're getting back into it. But I'm really excited. We have a great team. I love playing with the Thunder. I love being a part of that community as well. So it makes it really easy for me, to get through the summer and get back to work.
It looked like you got to go talk with the A&M basketball team during your trip here. Just, what'd you get to share with them, and get to connect with some old coaches as well?
Yeah, I got to see Keller and Mitch Cole again, Darby Rich, strength coach. They're all back on the staff from when I was here, almost a decade ago. So it's great, obviously, just to see them, and like their kids now are, a couple in college, a couple are in high school about to graduate. So it's weird coming back and seeing them, but they allowed me to come back and watch practice with my dad, and just asked if I would share some words on what it means to be an Aggie, and kind of how that translates to winning and to the community. And I think I was probably the best person, the best candidate for that, given the roster's entirely new. But I'm excited. I think getting to watch them on a Friday at the end of a long week, first week back, I think for them, or second week back, it looks exciting and it looks promising. I'm ready to get to watch them this season.
Can you talk about what are your thoughts on Bucky, and did you get to sit down with him a little bit?
It should be fun. I think Bucky and Keller and Cole, I think they're going to be out here today, so it'll be fun to get to see them even more. But I like Bucky. I like his intensity. I like how he has a very concentrated style of play and message and how he wants to play, and I think a certain identity that'll translate well with players in this current landscape of basketball.
Ooh.
Put that on the blooper reel. With the current landscape of basketball, which is analytic driven to points per possession, pace of play. I'm excited to see how it's going to work, because obviously he's had a lot of success everywhere he's been. So counting on that translating as well here, even if it's not right out from the gate.
And I got to watch your video with the players, and it was, someone who grew up as an Aggie and knowing what A&M means, and in the transfer portal days, how important it is to share that they're playing for something more than themselves.
Yeah, correct. I mean, that was the idea behind it, was, try to give them a snippet of what it means to play, for the community of A&M, for the school, the maroon and white, like saying Aggies across your chest, like there's a certain pride that goes into that from, you know, me to decades before, of players that I was a ball boy for that still have that same pride and care about the games and want to see us have success. So just trying to share that with him, and you know, I think that's also something that comes through the experience of doing it. You know, I think the first game when they show up at Reed and it's packed and people are yelling, and they'll really kind of get the full feel and effect of it. And I just told him to enjoy it too. Like it's a great place to be, and the more you pour into it, the more it pours into you.
This time last year, you were new to the Thunder, and you were excited about the team, a lot of young talent and everything. Could you have foreseen the season ending and going the way that you guys had?
Of course, I always foresee myself winning, but I think it was a little more tangible this year, just understanding the players I was around, the organization, and how they like to run their business, and then obviously the coaching staff that I had some familiarity with. That's always the goal, and that's always an idea, but obviously there's a little bit of luck through the season of staying healthy. Like, even though we lost people through the year, by the time it was playoff time and ready to play the games, we had everybody ready. And then obviously just for the young guys to be able to grow up on the fly, that was huge. And obviously that's experience that you can't gain, by just watching. You have to be put in the fire. So lucky for us, we were able to learn a lot of good lessons and experiences through winning. Trying to try and run it back and do it again this year.
Have you gotten used to being the OG, the kind of the older guy on the team?
It always feels normal around them, and then I get around guys that are like, we're actually OGs. Like every time I see like DeMar DeRozan during the year, and I tell them, like, people think that I'm old. And it's like my knees would say otherwise. It's a good check-in.
You got to get some high-level clearance to get the Larry O'Brien trophy to Kyle Field on the field.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we got I don't know where they went, but we got some of our people with the Thunder here taking care of it, making sure that it gets where it needs to go.
Yeah, what would that moment mean for you to get to be recognized at a game like that?
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, the last couple of years, I think we've had this routine of doing it, coming back and saying hi and showing support both ways for A&M and for me, and to be able to do it with the Larry O'Brien trophy this year is really special. I haven't stood on the field. Last year I got inducted in the Hall of Fame, and it's a medal with the 7 other people. But the individual, recognition out there with the trophy above my head, it was really cool.
You've got I think your dad said your first ring was fitted for your index finger and the middle finger. So are you kind of getting ready to fill up the hand there?
Yeah, well, we might have to switch to the left hand because my right hand is the one that gets beat up a lot. So the knuckles are a different size than the actual ring size. So we'll see what happens when that time comes. Yeah.
Did you get to go anywhere here in town, local, like restaurant-wise, that you like to hit up when you come back?
Yeah, I mean, we ordered wings and more to the house last night. I went to the Republic Saturday night after the game. I think we got Gringos Friday night, so we're just vegging out all weekend.
What do you get at Wings and More?
Wing and tender combo. Yeah, pretty simple. Don't go wrong. Yeah, don't think too much about it.
One of the things that's so much fun to watch you still in the NBA is you just do all the small things, and sometimes we don't see that. Playing defense, setting picks, and just on a personal level, getting to watch you at College Station Middle School and at Consol and then at A&M, and now you're helping the Boys and Girls Club. Talk about the importance of kids learning the basics and all that as they move up.
Yeah, I mean, a great thing I like to talk about nowadays, having the experience of playing in the NBA, is like winning basketball is winning basketball, and that looks like exactly what you said, like playing defense, sacrificing, being a good teammate, being a good passer of the basketball, like the things that go unnoticed in the game. And a lot of that, like you said, was developed over time with playing in a bunch of different basketball teams through my life, like middle school to high school to camps to elite camps in high school to playing on random teams in the summer in college. Like you learn how to work with other people, and being on that team and having that team aspect of working together towards a goal, I think is a very underrated part of sports that, like I said earlier, it's taught me a lot of lessons through life that I've carried to outside of the court and outside of basketball, to be able to handle different situations and handle my emotions and ultimately grow as a person, which is, I think one of the big things, like we said with the foundation mission, is empowering kids to, embrace opportunities they wouldn't otherwise have. And for a lot of them, that's not going to be turning into a professional athlete, but there's different things around their life, different paths for them to take that they might not be able to reach if they don't learn those things.
Cool.